Hi, Moise, TEMPHUiBIS here, and today I'm going to talk about a few little funky stories and stuff because when I did my story before about the epic darts match that had a long epic ending, a few people have been asking if I've got any more stories to share, so I've just got these small little funky ones which I think it's probably a little funny. Just decided to just thought I'd share these ones because I thought that these are probably a little bit funny. So I'm going to start with this story when me and my friends Danny and Luke was going to the allotment. You may remember Luke. He was I was using his crossbow in my first time trying a crossbow. They both have crossbows and they have a little spot in the allotment where there's targets, so we were going there to shoot. But I decided to get food first, so we stopped at a chicken and chip shop first. And this is my first time to that chicken and chips place, so I don't know those guys, they don't know me. And as soon as we walked in, Danny and Luke went and sat down on a table on one side of the place, and there was a table on the opposite side of the shop, and he was eating his food, and I just went up straight up to the counter, and I was looking at the menu, and I was looking for what I want, but I knew they didn't have it there. But so I was looking to see what else they had. The guy comes up to me and says, "Yeah, all right, boss, you know what you want, yeah?" I say, yeah, blood, I'm just looking at the menu in it, yeah, I'll be with you in a sec. And he was like, okay. And it just continued doing what he was doing. And I carried on looking. And I was like, hey, but brother, you don't have no normal chicken and chips, just like chicken leg and chips, And because most of the stuff that they had there was fish, really. It was more like fish and chip shop, really. And he was like, oh, no, sorry, no chicken. Like, oh, no chicken, Oh, blah, but you do have chicken nuggets. You see chicken nuggets? Yeah, we do have chicken. The guy was like, yeah, we do have chicken nuggets. And I was like, yeah, oh yeah, chicken nuggets. Okay, so how long the chicken nuggets gonna take, sir? And he was like, he told me how long it probably take, probably about 10 minutes in it. By this time, Danny and Luke were thinking in the seat, how long is he gonna keep his voice up for? And they said, yeah, that the guy sitting across from them eating, yeah, said that he was laughing. Anyway, my back was to that, so I couldn't see that, right? And then when I continued speaking to the guy at the counter, I said, oh yeah, so yeah, the chicken nuggets, yeah, let me have like the chicken nuggets, yeah, please, and all that. And then he goes, yeah, okay then. And my eyes were still at the menu at the time, and then I said to him, hey, and blood, yeah, I also got something here to confess here to you. And he says, what? And then I said, that's not my real voice, And he just went like, I just burst out laughing. Right? I turned around and the guy who was sitting there eating had his chip in the fork, and he was all like, he was completely shocked. And I just burst out laughing at both of them, because they fell for it, and they really thought that was my voice. And I was like, did you seriously think that was my voice? He goes, oh yeah, man, you've got me, yeah, you got me with that voice. I really thought, yeah, that was. And he says, yeah, that he usually gets guys like that some of the times in the shop anyway. So yeah, he really thought that was really my voice. The guy was sitting there, he thought that voice. He goes, dude, man, you did that very well. You did that very perfectly. I was laughing, but Danny and Luke were just sitting there face palming, thinking that how the hell did that trick these guys? Anyway, because what makes that funny, right? Yeah, is that loads of people always told me that I've got a rubbish Jamaican accent. I've got a rubbish accent when I'm trying to do these accent and things and all that, yeah, but look how much I tricked these two guys perfectly. And Danny and Luke were still saying after it all, saying, yeah, that is a rubbish accent, that's crap. And I was like, and I said to them, yeah, but I managed to trick these guys with it, so you can't say nothing. And right. And it turned out that the guy, yeah, who was eating his food, yeah, was actually a UFC fan as well. So while the guy was cooking my nuggets and stuff, and yeah, I was chatting to him about UFC, getting ready for a brilliant event that was coming soon. And I just could not stop laughing at that, because I mean, I don't know why. Sometimes when I go to shops and everything, I like to mess around. Yeah, I like to put a different voice on, and sometimes it goes the wrong way. Sometimes it's just funny, and I make everyone's day. That's what I like to do, and I did it, and it came out so terrific on that day. So That's definitely one thing I just wanted to share with you guys. I thought that was absolutely very, very funny, if you know what I mean, right? And oh well, what else can I talk about? I wonder if I've talked about this one in a video a long time ago already. But then my new subscribers probably wouldn't have known about it. So I'm gonna talk. So I'm gonna talk about this one, right? Yeah. So one time I went to my cousin's house to just hang out, play games and stuff, and his friend came to the house and they were chatting at the door, and I heard them talking about games. I heard them talking about Street Fighter, and I heard them talking about Tekken as well, right? And that made me sort of go to the front door when he was talking to him and sort of butt in the conversation. You know, I shouldn't have done that, but hey, I was young. This was pretty long time ago. You know, I think I was 19 at the time, and yeah, and he said yeah that he was the king of Tekken. He said he was the best at Tekken. He says he whips everyone's ass at Tekken, and I was like, you whip everyone's ass at Tekken? I'm like, I don't think you whip me, dude. Dude, if I use King on you, I'll be whipping your ass. And he goes like, you sure? You sure? You think you whip my ass? Yeah. I said, yeah, man. I said, yeah, I can take you out, man. And what game was that at the time? Tekken Tag Tournament. Yeah. That's the game, yeah, that I was whipping. That I said I'll whip him at. Yeah. And he said to me, yeah, dude, you won't whip me at Tekken. I'm like, I won't. Are you sure? He goes, nah, you're not whipping me at Tekken. Wait a minute. Did I say I was 19 at the time? No, I couldn't have been 19. Okay, but anyway, I forgot what year this happened in, right? Yeah, but all I remember is that Tekken Tag Tournament was what I had on me on that day, and he said, "Yeah, we'll beat me at any Tekken," and I thought, okay, dude, you need to come in and play. But he had to go out somewhere. He goes, I'll come here tomorrow. I'll come here tomorrow. I was sleeping around my cousins at that time as well, so when he came tomorrow, I'll still be there. So he comes over the next day, and he goes to play me. We're loading up the game. And before that, right, yeah, I was practicing on Tekken. I thought, right, this guy could be good. He has the mouth, so he might probably be able to back it up. He could be good, yeah. So I better practice and make sure my hands are staying in it and everything like, yeah. And I was ready for a tough match. I was thinking in my head, yeah, I'm gonna win. I had to be confident that I was gonna win, right, yeah. But I had to make sure that that my things were staying ready. But I thought, while the game was loading, I thought I'd ask him, yeah, so what Tekken so when did you first ever start Tekken? And he said, yeah, the first Tekken game I played, yeah, is Tekken Advance. I've been playing a lot of Tekken Advance and that. I mean, what do you mean by Tekken Advance? He's talking about Tekken Advance on the Game Boy Advance. I'm like, that's the Tekken that you play. And you think, yeah, that. And I asked him, yeah, did you play any of the ones on the consoles? He goes, probably a few times there, but the Tekken Advance is the one that I've played the most. And I'm like, you know, you think you're going to beat me on this game and all the thing that you've practiced is Tekken Advance? And he was like, yeah, I'll beat you. And I was like, are you serious? Now, then when the game just loaded up, right, yeah, I just started playing him and I just whipped the hell out of him. I smashed him up, yeah. But not only did I smash him up, right, yeah. The thing was, when I usually play some people at Tekken, and if they don't play Tekken that much, or they're not really that good at Tekken, yeah, I can sort of give them a chance a little bit. I can sort of not play to the proper full extent and just not use my full extent combos, and then I'll just like just play a little bit enough, right, yeah. But because that guy gave me all that mouth and gave me all that cocky crap the night before, and when coming to the house, and after all of that, the only thing he practiced on was Tekken Advanced. I just said, are you serious? I just said in my head, no man, I'm gonna just whip his ass completely. I'm gonna smash his ass, even if he's not good at the game, which he wasn't. And I smashed his ass, yeah. And my cousin, yeah, was looking at him getting beaten, and he was thinking, dude, you should not have opened your mouth at all. bust him up, man. That's one of the things that even when it comes to gaming, you know, when you talk, man, you gotta back it up, man. Make sure you've practiced on the games a bit more often before you talk and all that. He said he'll bust me at any Tekken, and the only Tekken he practiced on was the Tekken Advance. Seriously. Well, anyway, but that I thought was pretty funny. Now I'm going to talk about this little thing where everyone as a kid, yeah, always used to remember this. Do you remember those times as a kid where if you're about to play something or if you're about to do something where you have an all selection and only one of you could have that selection, you know? Like let's put it this way. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's imagine a 4-player Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? One of the, you know, all 4 of you are playing. Only one of you can pick one character, right? Do you ever have those days where 2 of you guys were into the same character or a fan of the same character, and one of you would say, "I'm Raphael," and before the other one goes, and they'll be like, "No, but I want to be Raphael." He goes, "Oh, I called it first," and all that, all those random childish little things that always happened. Yeah. I'm Stan Marsh. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. You know, any game that you play, you know, everyone just calls out, "Oh, I'm Oddjob from GoldenEye," and everyone wants to be the same character, you know. Here's a little situation which I thought would never ever happen. So my friends Kevin, Peter, aka Shadow Lost Arts, and Flan came to my house, and we were all about to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time 4 for the PS3. It's actually on the PSN network. On Super NES, it was 2 players, but on the PSN, it's actually 4 players. So we all had our controllers, and we were about to play 4 players. And before we even got to the character screen, Kevin just shouted out, "Yeah, I'm Raphael," and then I quickly just said, "Yeah, oh, I'm Michelangelo," and at the same time I said, "Oh, I'm Michelangelo." Flan said, "Yeah, I'm Donatello." The bloody spray thing. Flan said, "Yeah, I'm Donatello," and Shadow Lost Arts, yeah, said, "Yeah, oh, I'm Leonardo," and then we were all like, "Oh, all right then, okay then," because I'm a fan of Michelangelo. Kevin's a fan of Raphael, and Flan is a fan of Donatello, and Shadow Lost Arts like Leonardo. So everything goes well. What's the point of us playing the game? We're all of us shouting out like a child, like children. Yeah, "Oh, I'm this character, and end up being all the characters we want. No one wants to be the same one. So you think to yourself, that's all funny. What's the point of all that? You know, has that ever happened to you once? Those random little jokes. The next story I'm going to talk about, yeah, this is one that's not pretty funny. You know, it's not really that funny because it's pretty sad what's happened, but it's what happens later on in the situation is what I thought was a bit funny, right? So this was years ago. I think I was the age of 18, between 18 to 21. It was definitely long ago. I was at my cousin's house, and a different cousin, by the way. I know, but I'm saying my cousin's house quite a lot. But I was around my cousin's house, and one time, while I was around his house at that time, there was loads of kids at the house at the time because the family and friends were all there. So there was loads of kids there. There was loads of adults there, loads of people there. And me, I was hanging out with one of my other cousins upstairs, and most of the kids were running up and down the stairs and everything. But we all just stood upstairs. We didn't want to be downstairs with all the old people and all that. But and I remembered him asking me to look after his Game Boy Advance SP. Now you know how long ago this was. I was looking after his SP. That's a handheld that I've bloody forgot about. But yeah, so I was looking after his SP, and one of the reasons why he wanted me to look after his SP is because there was these 2 troublemakers who couldn't be trusted, you know. And I'd put them down to the age of 8 to 10, around those ages. And they were the naughty guys and everything. Yeah, I was naughty when I was young as well, you know what I mean? Yeah, but you can see that these guys were just there were just another set of naughty guys and people who mess about, who probably go over the line when they mess about and stuff. Now, I saw them guys run up and down the stairs a lot. They did run up the stairs often and all that. There were other kids there that were younger. We're talking about 4 to 5, you know, maybe even 3. And the 2 8 to 10 guys, you know, I don't know what any of their names were, you know what I mean? They were just friends of all the family, so I don't know what any of their names were. I knew that they were playing a bit rough, and I was hoping that they would calm it down before someone gets hurt. Now, one point they ran downstairs, and they rushed back upstairs, and I thought nothing of it. I thought it was just them being stupid and messing about. But then I come to find, later on, one of the little boys, you know, came upstairs and had a lump on his head. And when I mean a lump, I'm talking like proper outwards of it. He had like a hematoma on his head. I think, what the fuck? How the hell did that happen to the boy? And someone else shouted out that those 2 troublemakers done a double team and picked him up, and I don't know what wrestling move they did, but they slammed him on the floor. And I thought, Jesus Christ, they just slammed the boy and he's got a bump on his head. Now, obviously, I didn't see the slam, but I did see the boys run downstairs. And when they were denying it, now you can see from their faces that they didn't, they're lying. They're denying it, but you can see from it. You can just see it. You know when you just tell when a kid's lying? It just usually happens. I remember my parents could always tell when I was lying when I was a kid, and I understand the reasons why now. I mean, we've all gone through those phases, right? Yeah. But this is where it's starting to get to the point where it was getting serious. That little boy, mum, came upstairs, went to shout at those 2 youngsters, which rightfully so. The mum's standing up for her kid. Mum's standing up, and she was shouting at those 2 boys, yeah, saying, yeah, who did this? And they kept denying. Now, this is where it gets funny. They were denying, right, yeah? This is in front of all of the kids here, and in front of a few other people, including my cousin, right, yeah? They were looking at me. They were like looking at me like, dude, and they were saying, yeah, that they didn't even go downstairs. They were actually saying to the mum that they did not go downstairs. And they were looking at me like, you know, we didn't go downstairs. You know, we weren't even downstairs. They're looking at me like with that look like, dude, back me up. I'm like thinking to myself, what? Why are you looking at me like that for? What, you expect me to back you up? I'm not backing you up. And especially when I saw that they went downstairs, that's how you now know that they're lying, because I saw them go downstairs. They went upstairs a billions of times, and they're trying to say they never ever went downstairs. You know, although fair enough, I did not see the wrestling move, whatever they did to that poor boy, but I did see them go downstairs and rush back upstairs at the same time, right at the time when that thing obviously happened. So they obviously knew what they did. But I just thought it was so funny how they were just looking at me, trying to get out of it. The mother was like saying, yeah, I'm going to call both your mums. I want both your mums. Yeah, who are your mums? And they were like trying to just get out of it, saying that it weren't them, it wasn't them. But it's the fact that they both kept looking at me. One of them in particular was proper like, like, you know. Now, this is the reason why that makes me laugh, right? It's because I know why they're asking me to call. They're trying to get me in there. It's because I was probably the youngest adult in the house. You know, I was probably me with my cousin. My cousin was younger than me at the time, by the way. So obviously, we're upstairs. All the other kids were all upstairs. You know. I could see that they were just trying to get me to speak to the mum and back him up, yeah, because there's obviously that possible chance that the mother was probably going to listen to me and believe me a bit more than she would believe them 2 troublemakers. And that takes me back to all those random times when I was in trouble for doing things, and I would always look for the nearest person who could help me out of this, who they would believe. I used to do this. I did this myself, man. And but of course, it never works. It never happens. I had to learn the hard way. When I did the crime, I had to get punished, and obviously, them two boys, they were going to get punished, and they were looking for every way out, including looking at me. And that's why that's why I know I shouldn't laugh at it because of what happened to this boy. It really was sad. I mean, I'm not laughing at that boy. I'm laughing at how these two guys are trying to get out of it. So I thought it was pretty funny. You know, that's to show that, man, when you, even as kids, everyone's got to learn when you do something wrong, you got to pay for it. No one can help you. You gotta pay for it. And obviously, hopefully, those two boys got what they deserved when that other little boy's mum told their mothers. So yeah, those are little random stories I thought I'd tell you about, guys. Right? Got a couple of videos here that I want to come out with next week and everything. I still got my Q&A to do for this month, and so there will be some videos coming out soon, so I don't have to say Merry Christmas yet. There's going to be some more videos. So thanks very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed listening to these stories. Thanks very much. I'll speak to you all later. Love who you are.